It's Kringle time. Sit back and relax as we dive into a world of laughter and learning with the Kringle Brothers, reminding us that we are better together.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to Kringle Time. I'm one of your hosts, Michael, and
And I am the fabulous, most rotundous, awesome MC guy you could ever meet. I'm Herbie. Yay!
oh, Harvey, you're a hoot.
Oh,
Oh my,
just remember, don't pollute.
what a week! What a week!
It has
Welcome
been a week.
everybody. Let's see, Bill is on, and John is here.
Oh,
Oh, that's
and
awesome! And
Charlie.
AJ, Kate is on, and Ken, and Brian, and Bob Smith, the incredible New York Bob.
And we have Oliver, and we have oh yeah, we have so many wonderful people with us so far. The
Well,
Vineyard Santa and
there's
John.
Steffi.
Oh, and Steffi's with us. Ken, love you, Ken, and Brian. Well, you know what, everybody, just to put this out there,
Well,
Michael with
apologize.
all
Here
the
we go.
brilliant. Well, what did you say?
It's time to say we're sorry.
Well, no, not yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not yet. But, Michael and his creativeness, his artistic endeavor came up with something new, and we thought we'd actually put it out there so you could get an opportunity. We have Kringle Time shirts now.
Bob, Santa Bob designed the design.
Oh, Santa Bob designed this, but we put it on a shirt. And later in the show, we're going to go ahead and share how you too can maybe, if you'd like to purchase one for yourself.
Oh,
But
that's
now,
awesome. I didn't know we were going to do that.
well, I threw it out there anyway. But now, in the words of one of my favorite movies, it's time Michael and I, the Kringle Brothers, have to go to the penalty box and feel shame.
Well, it's not necessarily a penalty box. I feel bummed really a lot that Spencer, Bryce, one of the co-founders of Live Bearded Products, was scheduled to come on tonight, and he just, like last night, hey, I'm really sorry, guys, I'm sick. And it wouldn't be good for me to come on. I thought he wouldn't be contagious online, but you know what I mean. But I get it, not feeling well, needing that. But he did apologize a lot. He says let's reschedule and find a day. So to the title of the show was of course Bearded and Brotherhood and Santa, and so because one of the things that Spence created when he started Live Bearded Products, one of the things that I love about it was he really created this cohesive brotherhood, around the beer product and around guys with beards and stuff. And I was hoping to talk a little bit about how he encourages that brotherhood and things that he did. So all of that, since we can't talk about the beard, well, we could talk about beard stuff. I want to save that for Spence on, and he can talk about his products and not only just his products, but how we can take care of our beard. I thought it'd be a good idea that we talk about brotherhood.
Brotherhood is important. And, there's actually a big Brotherhood event going on right now down in Tennessee, right outside of Nashville. And that's at Santa Summit. So for some of our listeners and some of our viewers who are actually down there in Tennessee, have as much fun as you can. Learn a lot. You got some brilliant educators down there. Joe Barney, I believe, is down there. And also make sure you check out some of our favorite vendors. Jamstone Magic's there. I can only assume that Spangle will probably end up being there.
Mr. Puppet himself is there.
Mr. Puppet
Bob,
himself.
I love Bob. Remember we had dinner with Bob
Yes, Bob, we
Virginia
do.
Beach. Yeah.
What is it? Bob Abdu?
Yeah, I think that's how we say it. I'm horrible. I wish I was better with names.
Well, we get used to it. And you know what, Michael? We have a listener coming with us and watching all the way from New Zealand.
Well, that's awesome.
Yep,
Welcome.
and- Welcome. Well, okay. Let's see. I can teach you about sitting in the sin bin. Oh, trust me, John. I could probably share stories from my hockey days. I led the team in penalty minutes as the captain.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Oh, my goodness. We had 1 year. I mean, this is early on, but yeah. I was the captain of the team, and yes, I led the team in penalty minutes. I think I had over 250 minutes that year.
Wow.
I was a violent child.
Wow. And I thought following out in basketball was bad.
Oh, no. I fouled out in basketball in 2 minutes flat. Still hold the record in my high school.
Well,
Actually, my grade school.
All right, let's dive into
About
brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Brotherhood,
'Cause we
brotherhood.
talk about what is healthy. What's a healthy Christmas performer look at? You know, we talked about the four different areas, you know what I mean? But so when I look at brotherhood, brotherhood is that it's like a driving force to work on all those things. You know, that one of the things that brotherhood does for us, you know, and so I said I guess we should define this first. When I
Yeah,
talk
what would be your
when I
definition
talk
of
about brotherhood, I'm talking about Christmas performers, not only just guys, but also, you know, all of the ladies that are involved and the elves that we know that are involved. This arena of Christmas performers. So when I say brotherhood, I'm including everybody in that in those in my thinking. Are you on that same page?
Yeah, I do, and I mean, I want to hear your definition because I really want to hear what you have to how you want to center this. So why don't you go ahead and give me your definition?
Well, you know, one of the things about brotherhood, I guess that, you know, I was going to say, and at least because of the punting, I typed up notes. I know that you typed up notes on the topic, you know. So now let's see how we did together. You know what I mean?
Right.
But all right, all of that to go, you know, it keeps. I think brotherhood keeps the calling healthy. You know, it's sustainable, you know, and it makes it more meaningful over the long haul. You know, I mean, I think, you know, if you just did it like all of the years of what I call weekend warriors, you know, I mean, it's like I I was a one and done. I'd go to the daycare and then I was finished. You know, so it wasn't like I needed to I needed that encouragement more. I did it, and that was it. But I think once you move into arena where you're starting to be Santa or a Christmas performer more often, that brotherhood is so critically important for being healthy. You know, in it, sustainable, and making it meaningful over the long haul.
And I think that is amazing. I mean, what I came up with is a brotherhood is a committed, intentional relationship between performers who share the responsibility of protecting, refining, and carrying forward the spirit, integrity, and emotional weight of the role together.
Yeah.
And for me, brotherhood. You said something earlier in the green room right before we came on here, and if you don't have a brotherhood, what do you come up with?
What do you come up with? Well,
Because you're talking about like
oh,
ego.
all right, okay, all right, that one. And then what happens is I think the brotherhood keeps us on target.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Instead of if we don't have that focus, we don't have that target of what we're doing, then what takes place doesn't mean I'm right. This is just my thoughts, right? Is that we then start t leaning towards performing instead of the purpose of what we're doing. You know, we start thinking more on the business side of things instead of the calling. So
Right.
they don't work. You know, we start to I think our egos get more, you know, involved in it instead of realizing we're here to serve, you know. And so I think without that brotherhood, those things, it's easy to drift in those areas of performing in business and in ego instead of realizing that there's a purpose and a calling and to serve one another.
And I agree with everything that you said. I think want to take it one little step further is I think one of the core principles within Kringle Brothers and with Kringle Time itself is that we're better together.
Yeah.
And that tagline is really important to me because being part of a brotherhood, being part of a family, becomes important because we all have those hard visits. We all have those times where anything that we did just bombed.
Yeah.
And instead of sulking and instead of trying to just wallow in there, which can then affect future appearances or engagements, you and we talk all the time about this. That you're my brother from another mother, and I'm able to contact you usually on the drive home and hash out the day and see, you know what, this worked and this didn't, but for whatever reason, I just fell flat.
Yeah.
And at the same time, though, too, is when we start opening up this brotherhood to encompass many other people as well, it also provides a check and balance system for everyone.
Well, let me show you this as before you go ahead and finish that thought.
Yeah.
Jerry said the exact same. I think Brotherhood checks your thinking.
It does, and that's what I was kind of going with it too, is because I can have a wonderful, great idea, and then if I actually have the opportunity to share it with like-minded performers, somebody can then come up to me and go, "Yeah, that's not going to work. I tried something similar to it." So instead of racking my brains and trying to say, "Okay, it didn't work for you. I could understand this," but at the same time too, let's make it work. And let's say there's a couple here.
Yeah, Kelly had a
Kelly
great one.
Hunsucker, yep. Brotherhood equals accountability,
Yeah, here
fellowship,
it
and
goes.
assistance. You know what, Kelly? That's a wonderful way to put it itself. Gary, beyond clubs and meetings, the Brotherhood really comes down to this: respect for the role, kindness in every interaction, a shared mission to make people feel seen, valued, and joyful. It's a quiet understanding between Santa that when you wear the suit, you're part of something bigger than yourself. And you
Yeah,
know what, Gary,
that's right on, Gary. Yeah,
you
those
said,
are those are some things that I typed on. Good
I
job,
know.
Gary. Oh, no.
It's like you're all in our minds, and please don't go leaving footprints because my mind's already scary enough.
Well, and I think when in that performance, when we're doing this, that what the Brotherhood gives me
Mhm.
is a place where I can be me.
Right.
In other words, so I absolutely love going to Bruce and Kathy's house, for the photo session, and I stay the weekend with them. And
Hmm.
so they have a whole bunch of us over. We watch the movie, and it's like I have a place that gives me a place where I don't have to worry about performing.
Right.
I don't have to worry about being misunderstood because I can't, when I go different places, even, I hate to say this, it happens sometimes even at church
Hmm.
where, or I go to a men's Bible study or I go to something and it's like, yeah, they don't understand some of the things that I'm going through, with performing and keeping that up, always having to make people happy. You know what I mean? It's that one of those that's kind of like I look at that as part of my role is to always bring joy.
Right.
And so I finally get a place with the brothers, and the performers and my sisters and stuff where I just don't have to perform and I can relax and I know that I'm understood and they get it.
Right. Now, I mean, I'm not trying to like stereotype or do anything like this, but this is something that I think actually holds some weight with me. A brotherhood is a place where you are known without the beard. Like
Oh,
you just said, you can just be yourself. You are supported without any expectations. You
yeah,
just,
yeah.
and you are held accountable without judgment.
Yeah.
And I think, and with some of you who have actually had the opportunity to actually see Michael and I speak, I think this is the environment that we're actually trying to foster within our teaching styles or with our interaction with everybody. It's I do what I do and I'm happy with it. I always want to learn and everybody teaches me so much more. But at the same time too is, and this has happened to us at Charles W. Howard where somebody came up to us and says, "I was too afraid to come and talk to you guys."
Yeah, we gotta let that. Yeah.
And you know what? Never. If you see me, you see Michael, you see the Kringle Brothers or anything, do not be shy. Do not do anything like that. Just come on up and talk. We're both friendly. I know I'm chubby, and I'm
Well,
very happy.
Pillsbury do it.
And I do that too. I entered a contest for that.
Yeah, you're such a hoot. Yeah. So I mean, those are that brotherhood, it's one of those. So then my mind says, because I do better if you can tell me what does that look like? And it's hard. It's hard to come down exactly what does that fellowship look like? What does that because it's an affective feeling.
Hmm.
In other words, it's like when we first met, there was something there. There was a connection that it's like I knew you my whole life.
Hmm.
And that's to me that's a level of brotherhood that we share and the camaraderie we share. And I have that with a lot of my brothers and sisters in MAPS. It's like I really only knew you for a couple years.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
when people see us, I mean, how long have you guys been working together? Well, what time is it? Okay, yeah, five,
you know,
6 years.
what time is it? Yeah, you know what I mean. So when I look at brotherhood, how can I encourage its give people, something to say, here's what it looks like. So in other words, if you had to describe actions of what it looks like, I could tell you, we get together and we talk.
Mm-hmm.
I call you and go, hey, just wanted to check base, see how you're doing.
Exactly.
And then we communicate it. Hey, let's get together for lunch. Like we go, let's go to Jingle Joy. So with my
Mm-hmm.
other brothers and sisters all around. Hey, let's do Castle Noel. And so when it's getting physically together, but it's also remotely together. But I can't give you a black and white saying, if you do this, you'll have it. Does that make sense? Am I?
No,
It's hard to articulate for me.
it makes a lot of sense to me. That again, I do know you rather well. But one of the things too is most of the people that we talk to, or most of the people that are within this Christmas performer environment, belong to local groups,
Yeah.
national groups, and even broken down even further in regional groups, and then they attend the many offerings across the country. In fact, I apologize, but across the world, because I do know a number of Santas go up to Niagara Falls for the, what is it, the Santa Summit or the Congress
Yeah,
Santa
I
Congress.
think that's happening right now. We've got to do that sometime.
Well, that no, I think that happens later on in July, I believe, but I'm not quite sure. But with Santa Family Reunion, with ISC, but the thing is with the Brotherhood is to actually make it work,
Hmm.
you have to be willing to participate.
Yeah.
And I do know that within the community itself, there's a lot of, I don't want to say big egos, because once you actually end up talking to a lot of the people, you come to a point and they're not what you actually thought they would be.
Yeah.
And
Santa Charlie says it's in Niagara.
yeah, Niagara Falls, that's right, Charlie. Thank you. At the same time, though, too, is being part of a brotherhood, you have to take, like I was saying, you have to take action. You have to become part of it. You have to be willing to share and also receive as well. Now, I do know I've heard from some people that there are antitheses, I guess, to brotherhood with some groups.
There's what?
Antitheses or anti. Look, there's some bad people out there, guys.
All right, just I just wanted to huh?
I was practicing my multi-syllable words
You
today.
did good. You did. I'm proud of you.
My wife got me a word of a day calendar, and I'm
Oh,
trying
what
to
was the
use
word
it.
of the day?
I don't remember
Right.
because I
You,
never
you
read
did
it.
the squirrel. We'll have to talk about that later. So go
Anyway,
ahead.
no. My point is that, well, I forgot what my point was. That's how squirrel I am.
Well, when we're
Yes,
talking about brotherhood, and there's some bad people out there.
right.
You know what I mean? So
Well,
in other
there's
words, brotherhood. I would say this: do you need brotherhood to grow and to get better?
yes.
No, no. I would
Yeah, you
say
do.
no, 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 no. You can learn on your own. Well, I guess we'll disagree with that one because I'm saying if I'm walking, right? If I'm out on a walk, I can walk, and will I get there? Yes, but I can tell you what. My pace to get there is slower by myself than if I'm with somebody else. So, in other words, I think the brotherhood elevates it. In other words, it helps you stay on focus so you're not running all around on
Right.
alone. You know what I mean? So you can be Santa without a brotherhood, but I tell you what, you're going to go so much farther in a brotherhood than without it. I would say that.
No, and that I agree with. I mean, you are right. I mean, anybody can put on a suit. Anybody can learn the basic principles of what we're doing, and it would take, and they could be stellar, but it's going to take them multiple seasons to get to a point where you know what you're going to be awesome. But at the same time, too, if you actually work with your brothers and your sisters within this family, you'll be able to take leaps and bounds
Yeah.
to get there quicker, and by utilizing other people,
Yeah.
it'd be more laser focused. You'll be able to
Yeah.
get right there. So no,
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Three things in that area that I wrote down was you share what works and you share what doesn't work. So in other words, I just expedited expedited learning. I mean, my stuff working with Doug for the Kringle Cam absolutely, matches that perfectly. You sharpen you're sharpening your storytelling and your presence, and your improvisation works sharpening. I mean, that's all an advantage of it. That goes faster than when you're by your own, and you learn new ways to create wonder for the children and the families that you visit.
You
You know,
become that steward of belief, of history, of joy, and Christmas spirit.
yeah, it's that iron sharpens iron. Yeah,
But here's another aspect that we can actually talk about too when it comes to having a brotherhood or having a reliable uh, source for you, and that is what happens after the season.
oh, dude.
Because you know what? I mean, some of you may have experienced this. Some of you with us may actually be brand new or have never really sat down and think about this. But when you sit down, you think about it for about 6 weeks, maybe 8, you're a rock star. You are walking into the room, people are clamoring to you. Everybody is like, oh my gosh, you're getting pictures thrown up. And then all of a sudden, unless you're doing orthodox or you're doing different cultural aspects, after about that second week in January, you're nobody recognizes you. Nobody makes any comments about you. And because you've been on such a high, all that adrenaline going each and every day, now it's like, oh, now I have to stop. And having that support group, having those brothers and your sisters that may feel the same way you do, you start getting these discussion groups that can help you get through this.
Yeah, yeah. You know.
And again, not only elevating your style of Santa or your learning of being a Christmas performer, but also from a mental health perspective,
Yeah, yeah.
having others sharing the same ideas that you do is important. Well, you know what, Michael? We've been
Let's do
going
this.
for
Let's,
20
let's
minutes.
run a couple of things. We're
Yeah,
getting.
let's run a couple things.
But I want to say this, Don. I love you, brother.
Oh,
You're
yes.
so special to me. Now, Don, we need to start a day at zooming with each other again. I know you're on the West Coast, but you know what? I love you, brother. And we're gonna, even if we have to take care of that digitally, we'll do it. All right. So please reach out. Let's set up a time to zoom together.
Well,
All
it's
right. I
also,
just had to get that in because you know what? Don is such a great Santa.
oh,
You know,
Papa Don. Yeah, Papa Santa. Oh, yes.
Papa
He's so much
Santa.
fun.
He's just yeah. So all right, got that all in. Should we do the dad joke early?
Let's do the dad joke early and maybe run Larry's ad. Why don't we do that?
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because if they flew over a bay, they'd be bagels.
I
That
just
was
like
funny.
that one. Charlie, that was a great one. I'm going to bring you cream cheese.
That was funny.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
I do like that one a lot. Thank you, Charlie.
I-
And if you have a good dad joke, I do have some. I have enough for April, but if you want to send me one, I'll get it in the queue. It might be in end of May, right, or June or July, but we'll get it in. So yeah, send it to
And
KringleBrothers2 at gmail.com.
And also remember too is it's not just because we call them dad jokes. It's not just for the dads. All you Mrs. Clauses, elves, or Grinches, you know what? You too. Oops, no, wrong one. You too can actually go ahead and submit the jokes of the day. Again, there's the email on the screen, KringleBrothers2 at gmail.com.
Or a comment, or a reach out or whatever, want to know some information. We'd be more than happy to share. Because guess what? We're better together. We believe in that
Exactly.
brotherhood. So, yeah.
Now, Tom Shearing. Oh, why is it still running? Did you click it again?
Oh, I might have accidentally double clicked. I'm so used to double clicking. I turned it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off.
Now,
All right, sorry.
Thomas Shearing, who's joined us, based upon my conversation, was when the season is over, you're like that Christmas tree just discarded on the roadside.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
poetic, but oh my gosh, so depressing.
Well, you know what? I mean, it's like for me, I've made this comment, when it's the Christmas season, you see everyone sees you when you're out and about or whatever. It's like, Santa, we love you, we love you, we love you. And you get all these pictures. And then I can't tell you how many times I've gone to the store in January or someplace in January and they look at you and they go, "What are you here for?"
Or they think you're a biker.
I mean, so it's just one of those, all of a sudden you're loved and you're wanted. And then with a light switch, hey, aren't you out of place? No, I love you. I love being with you. So
Yeah, I mean, to be recognized outside of the season or to be called out outside of the season, it does warm your heart when you actually have that happen. But again, just remember that there's many of us who just want to give everybody just a big giant hug and let you know what, you did great for the season. Now it's time to start working for the next one,
yeah,
and just to know that you're loved, and that's all that matters right now, is that you are an amazing person. I'm just trying to get caught up here and see something, because somebody else made a comment that I can't find where I was
right.
at.
Did you
Oh,
mark it?
Santa Greg.
All right.
Yes, these shirts do come in Santa size up to 4X. If you need anything more than a
Oh
4X,
no, I think didn't it give us a? I think you could buy a 5.
well, maybe a 5, but I know we had to special order the 5s from
Oh,
the other one too. But I think if you go to the shop, which we'll talk about at the end, you might be able to find it that way. All right, let's see what else here is. Okay, I feel that way all the time right after Christmas. I know, David. I mean,
David.
so, but you know what? I'm very lucky because I do have Michael and he has me, and we basically both. We, like we said, we talk all the time about two or three. I mean, there's sometimes where I talk to my wife and I talk to Michael, and that's the only people I talk to, except for you good people on Wednesdays.
Well, and so I mean, I know one of the things that we do in MAP, and anybody that's listening here right now, if you want to be a part of this, you can. In other words, the first Friday of every month, I have, we have elf time.
Yes.
In other words, encouragement, lunch. We're going to have the lunch in there, and fellowship, and we do it over Zoom. And that's the first Friday in the afternoon of every month. And all it is get together. How are you doing, guys?
Right.
Are you working on anything? You have any questions, for one another? Anything you want to share? And it's just, I almost feel like the guys that go down to the restaurant, in the morning every Friday and have coffee, kind of thing. They just get together and talk. So if you'd like that, I'll start posting that link out. I posted it in the maps, site, but I can post it on the Kringle site too, if you'd like that. I just need to know if you're interested.
There's many things out there that can actually help and support you from this community as well. And again, it's as I said earlier, you just have to actually go ahead and make an attempt. I mean, most people don't know this, but the very first time I met Michael was because of COVID, and that was because of a Zoom call. He
Yeah.
put something out. I was like, okay, I want to learn. I want to see. He created this Zoom. We got on the Zoom call. One of the first questions he asked me is, "Hi, what's your name?" And I told Michael, "So is mine." It sounded like we were back on the schoolyard here in kindergarten. And then he's asked me where I was from. And then from that point going forward, now, granted, earlier they were every week.
Yeah. It's
And then again, as time went on, they got longer and longer apart, but we stayed in touch and together.
Yeah.
So,
And so Tom, it's from 11:30 to 1, and I try to so that Zoom call is just an hour and a half, and when 1 o'clock comes, I try to respect everybody's time, and say, hey guys, we'll do this again, but from 11:30 to 1, Tom.
right, and
That's
again,
Eastern time.
well, yeah, he's up in New England area, so it'd be our time.
All right, that's awesome.
And Tom's got a great event coming up too, because he has, what is it, the New England Santa group that gets together, I believe, in May as well. And so again, oh, let's see here. We got any fun comments in here before we
So
move along to our next
got some
topic on
people.
there?
So I do. There's some people that are there, and so I will post in the Kringle Brothers as when I post it in the Maps site. I'll also post it into our Kringle site on Facebook, so that way you can see the link and then you can come in and join us. That'll be awesome.
Now, also having a brotherhood, I mean, we talked about the learning, the growth. We also talked about the mental affirmation that is necessary. But sometimes, as we said this a little bit,
Yeah.
that you have hard visits. And I know, Michael, you're certified hospice, so you can actually go in and do hospices. And there's other Santas and Mrs. Clauses and even some elves. You guys are amazing because you are doing visits that I don't know if I could literally do anything or be part of that, for the simple fact is I don't know if I could go to a hospital room. I don't know if I could. I mean, I can handle moments of grief because I've experienced those and I've come off surprisingly very creative with what I said. That was not just something that just was pre thought of. But this is the thing too about having a brotherhood, was when we come off of those hard visits that or visits that really make you think. And it's kind of, even though it's a funny story, when you called and when we talked to you when you were coming home from
The lodge. Yeah.
Great Wolf Lodge with the little girl who thought you was going to stroke out
Oh my gosh.
in the middle of it. Now, some of you may have heard this story and some of you may not. I mean, it's someone we could talk to about in another show or something like that. But this little girl in the middle of Michael's show came up and basically was talking to Jinx, Michael's animated elf, that he was a no good, filthy liar.
No, she jumped up in the middle of my show and screamed it.
Right. And now, mind you, this little girl was what, 5, 6 years old?
I think she's probably 6 or 7. Yeah, if I
Seven.
had to take a guess.
She had this pulsating vein coming out of her
it was
forehead.
Yeah.
And when Michael and I talked about this, and yes, we were both laughing, but then he said something that really stopped me and made me think, what type of life does this child have? Because this is something no 7-year-old could articulate so well.
Well, it was articulated, no good filthy liar. So that vocabulary was higher. So that was a phrase that at least the teacher in me would go, my radar would come up going, oh my, that's a phrase that's not the normal for that age.
There was a question dealing with that, Michael. David Renaud would like to know, how did you get certified as hospice?
I contacted hospice and told them that if there was families that would wanted a Santa to come for that last visit, that I would love to do that. And so I became a hospice volunteer, and they have a series of classes that you attend. And then, every year, you have to have TB testing, and, they go through meetings and that kind of stuff. And so that way you go through those meetings, and you're certified then to be able to visit with people that are in that program. So basically it is they make sure the standard is there and how to communicate with people at the end of their life, and doing that. And my heart is I wanted to make sure if families wanted that last Christmas special, no matter when it was, that I was available, for that visit. So that's why I went through that process with them.
And again, this is another reason why brotherhood and being able to share becomes so important. This is an opportunity that somebody wants to follow in those footsteps or to actually have that service available, but you wouldn't even know how to begin the process.
Yeah, get a hold of your local hospice person, if there's a hospice office, and then just tell them that you would like to become a volunteer and offer Santa services, for people in that situation.
And again, I mean, there's also private hospice organizations as well too, who you may want to reach out and contact as well, because they may actually have dealing with families, especially at the holiday season, but not just the holidays though. Some people, that could be one of their last things that they want. They know they're not going to be there for Christmas and may want Christmas early just to
Yep.
see everything. So
Yeah.
again, but this is a visit, I'll be honest with you, that I don't think I could do voluntarily if I was asked. and they were adamant, yes, I could do it, but still.
Yeah.
But then again, we also have other issues too, like dealing with difficult family dynamics or moments of grief or questions that they
Yeah.
really just don't have easy answers to.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and run our contributor thanks,
Right.
and then we'll keep up our conversation.
Sure, no problem.
Are you going crazy managing clients, contracts, and invoices? Kringle Tracker is here to help you. Stay organized with ease. Keep your sanity in check with Kringle Tracker's intuitive tools to effectively manage your schedule and clients. Our seamless, customizable contract system allows you to tailor your contracts to you and your clients' needs. Prepare for tax time like a pro by tracking your income and expenses and generate reports to make it a breeze. Transform your Claws business by signing up for a free 20-day trial. Kringle Tracker was created by a Claws for the Claws community so you can focus on making magical memories for your clients. Head over to kringletracker.com and sign up for your free trial today.
Woohoo! We're back.
Well, that ended really abruptly, didn't it?
Sorry, I accidentally hit it wrong.
Well,
So-
that's okay. That's fine. But this is something here that you can actually look at dealing with like these difficult situations here. Having a brotherhood, you have a place to process.
Yep.
You have a place to speak honestly. And you have a place where you don't have to explain why something hit the way it did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so again, it's like, I guess, kind of having a brotherhood, just to put it into layman terms, as it's a protective mechanism to allow you the ability to feel comfortable enough to express yourself and to help you adjust with different aspects of this calling.
Yeah. Build something bigger than just one Santa.
Right.
I mean, the community. So, in other words, I would say it raises the standard. So the standard is gets higher. I think integrity is strengthened. Which I don't know nowadays. I think that's a huge thing that needs to come back, and we can be a part of that comeback. I would say and public trust for Santa grows. So when they see that integrity, that's embraced, and it raises that standard. So it becomes something hugely bigger than what an individual can do alone.
So one of the things that I would encourage each of you to do, if you already don't do this, is many of the Santa groups, Mrs. Claus's elves, are contrast characters. You meet for these wonderful lunches or breakfasts or potlucks or different other areas, and you sit there and you talk. But this is a great opportunity, in the words of Santa True from like Christmas Performer Workshops, is you should take these opportunities to actually run through some drills or to basically work on your profession. But you know what? Sometimes it's not all about business. Sometimes it's literally just checking in with an individual to say, how you doing?
Yeah.
All right, is everything going okay?
Right. So with the check-in, let me bring this.
Okay.
Sam, my neighbor. Oh, I love Sam. He's great. Sam's one of those brotherhoods for me, right? In other words, he'll come to my house at least once a week. He texts me a dad joke almost every day, and it's one of those, a brother who gives this capability, You don't really have to talk, because Linda will say, "What did you guys talk about?" And I go, "Nothing." Like, what? And he goes, "Well, what did you do?" "Oh, we listened to some music." And might have said, "Did you like that?" "Yeah, yeah." And so, in other words, just being together, that's that. Back to letting your hair down. So all of that, Sam, Sam sent this to me today, and I just have to share it with you because I absolutely love it. So, what's the longest word in the English language?
Well, I know the answer now, but
All
what's
right,
the
but
longest
you
word in
didn't
the
know it at
English
first,
language?
and it got you pretty good. What it is, it's the word smiles.
And why is smiles the longest word?
Well, because of the between the first letter and the last letter, they're miles apart.
Miles
Between
apart.
the S's,
Oh,
between the S's, they're miles apart. Yeah, thank you, Sam.
oh.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, did that bring a smile to your face, Michael?
That did bring a smile to my face. And you
Okay.
know what? Sometimes it's just jokes like that, like our dad joke, or just that it'd be nice just to, like, I know people sometimes go to their phone and says, "Okay, tell me a dad joke." And it just gives that laughter. I mean, there is science that proves that if you do laugh, it helps makes you feel better.
It's healthy.
It is healthy.
I have Kathy. Kathy Fick sends me one every once in a while, which is great. I absolutely love it when she does that.
Or people get you really off the wall, like our friend Mitch Allen, who basically said he hired Herbie, and I'm thinking, did I just get a new job?
Yeah. We love you,
Like,
Mitch. You know what? I miss talking to Mitch. I got to give him a call. He's been
what,
such a world traveler, I think,
but the
And-
funny part is he's on with us.
oh, is he really? Oh,
Yes.
Mitch, let's get together and Zoom. I want to hear how you got to tell me about your trip. Yeah, that'll be
Oh,
great. Oh,
but you know what? I mean, being brotherhood, family, no matter what title that you feel to give it, Michael, I've created this, and I thought it was really interesting, and I'm going to steal his thunder, and it just basically is the best Santas I've ever seen, without exception, are not lone wolves. They are connected, challenged, encouraged, and supported, or better known as SES.
instead of wolves, I should
Yes.
have wrote snowmen.
Well, no, because there's sometimes just that lonely snowman, unless you're a Calvin and Hobbes fan, and usually he shows them dismembered and in various states of melting.
What
So,
was the snowman in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Remember, Burl Ives did it. What was that snowman's name?
I don't remember his
You
name, but
remember that?
he was just the narrator.
Oh, I no,
I don't
no.
let's
Burl Ives is more than just a narrator. He's Christmas iconic. That voice and yeah.
Well, I prefer probably was it Gene Autry that did The Year Without a Santa Claus, or Santa Claus is Coming to Town, when
I
he
don't
played the
know.
mailman too.
No, the mailman wasn't Gene Autry, was
Oh
it?
no, was it
I
Mickey?
thought it
No,
was. I no. Who?
Mickey Rooney. No, Mickey Rooney
No, no,
played a
no, 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 no,
Santa.
no. Mickey Rooney played a Santa. It
Yes.
was, I could see, oh, I'm going brain farting. All right. Talking about brain farting, another person in the Brotherhood that I'm so thankful for is Wade and Scarlett.
Yes, let's get in. Let's thank Wade and Scarlett and get into our trivia for today.
Or Santa's Closet has been committed to providing unique, high-quality accessories for Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the entire Claus community. Our mission is to deliver exceptional customer service and outstanding value, offering competitive pricing and a wide selection of products designed to enrich the Claus experience.
We have
All right.
we have so many smart people with us.
Oh,
I'm afraid
yes,
to do
Fred.
trivia.
And then Sam the Snowman. Jeff, I've been thinking of you. I'm glad you answered.
Oh.
I was just so happy to see your name.
All right, these are the rules for today's
Sam.
trivia.
I love Sam. I want a vest like that. If you ever somewhere, Michael, and you can see a fat guy vest, that green check plaid that Sam wore as a snowman, I want that vest.
What's funny is I saw online, I have to go back, but I found a vest that almost matches the Kringle.
Ooh.
Now, just to let you know, the hat that Michael's wearing, and also hats that Wade and Scarlett do sell, come from Boston Scally. That is known as the Workshop, part of the Christmas Workshop collection. And many of the hats we wear come from their Christmas line. Scarlett and Wade at Santa's Closet does carry some of them, and they're very good hats.
They're very good. All right. So
Let's go with the rules of
the
trivia.
rules of trivia.
Trivia is very simple. We encourage you to have fun with it. However you get the answer is all up to you. However, if you have won within the last 8 weeks, you are currently on a timeout and cannot participate. Additionally, Unfortunately, we cannot ship to overseas addresses. Unfortunately, that includes Canada and Mexico. However, if you do have connections to provide a domesticated for us,
Domesticated. If
well,
you
yeah,
got an
because
address, a
bad
friend
address,
in the
bad
United
address.
States, you can do it.
I
This
prefer
is
my
like a
bad
cruise.
address. Stay down, bad address.
Sorry.
Anyway,
All right.
if you do have it, if you have a United States post office box or address, we can ship something to you. If you are today's winner,
Yes.
if you are today's winner, please email us at kringlebrothers2@gmail.com with your name, your address, and your shirt size, and we'll forward that to Santa's Closet so they can actually provide you a small prize for winning. All right, now let's just
You
see.
know
Joseph
what
coming.
we should do? We can't do it this week because we're not ready for it. But in the weeks to come, what we should do is whoever the winner is, we'll give Wade and Scarlett a break and we'll send them a Kringle Time shirt.
We could do that. We can do that.
All right. So okay. All right. You ready for the trivia question, everybody? Are you
Well,
watching the comments?
do you want to see Joseph Cunningham's comment first?
You can do
I'm
that.
just a regular Santa that appreciates just rubbing shoulders with greatness. Being extraordinary Santas helps me maintain and excel as a Santa. I appreciate all of you extraordinary professional Santas and Christmas performers.
Thanks. That's right, Joe. We're all
I'm about
better
to say,
together.
Joe, I don't have any money, but if I did, I'd give you some just for that comment.
We're better together. All right.
All
Question.
right, I
You
got my
watching
eye on
comments?
the. I got my eye on comments. I
All
got my
right.
eyes on
All right. And
the
here's the
board and
question.
Facebook.
This is a fun one. I like this. Here's the question for today. How many times is the first in the first verse do you sing the words jingle in the song Jingle Bells? So how many times in that first verse do you sing the words jingle in the song Jingle Bells? How many times in that first verse do you say the word jingles in Jingle Bells?
You know everybody's singing it now, right?
I hope so.
Oh, we have an answer.
Oh, we do?
Yep. Jody Courtney.
Awesome. The answer is zip, nada. You don't sing jingles at all in the first verse. It's when you get to the chorus and then you go like crazy. Jingle bells, jingle bells. I love it. So the answer is none, never. You don't. It's never mentioned until in the chorus. I
Sorry,
love it.
trying to type and they don't know how to spell.
What jingle?
No.
What do you?
Okay, I got it now. All right. So, Michael, why don't you go ahead and show the email address here?
Okay, I'm curious to see what you did. Oh wait,
No,
let me take this off. All right, here we go. Take. Oh, come off.
No, I couldn't. My
Wait, I
misspelled
got to
Courtney
take that
big
off
time.
first.
Yeah,
Hang on.
you're fine.
All right, no, I got to take this off first. Why
Charlie
is
said,
that not going off?
I
Oh, I
don't
know
know.
why I'm clicking the wrong button.
Exactly.
Oh my!
So,
Thank you, Charlie, for keeping me right.
So our winner, Jody Courtney, if you want to go ahead and email us at kringlebrothers2@gmail.com with your name, address, and shirt size, we're going to go ahead and get that to Wade and Scarlett so they can actually send you something as a thank you for today's trivia.
Thank you. We
All
appreciate
right.
it.
And for those out there who haven't done so, please follow and like us on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube at the Kringle Brothers. This is a great way to stay up to date with wild adventures that Michael and I, as the Kringle Brothers, have, or simply to catch up and find out what's new on Kringle Time.
Yeah, well,
So
especially
again,
since I'll start posting Elf Time, for that first Friday of each month. I'll be posting that, so that way you'll automatically get that notification. So that'll be good.
that's awesome. Okay, let's go back because there's still a lot of conference. Charlie did sing he sang the chorus. That's what he actually got messed up with.
Oh, he's saying the chorus and not the verse.
Bill Stockwell did the same thing. He sang the chorus and not the verse. Ethan Taylor, Jingle Bells, Jingle All the Way. And no, these guys are tricky. Gotta watch out. Thank you, Kathy.
Nice.
Michael comes up with the trivia. I'm the one that basically just
Oh, these
watches all
guys
the
are
chats.
tricky. You gotta watch out. Yeah. I should, at least I didn't do the 12 days of Christmas question.
Oh my goodness, that
I
that one
thought that would
always
have been
gets
a little
me.
bit too hard. So how did I word it?
How many Christmas gifts to have? Well,
What's the significance of how many
how many birds?
what do 10 Christmas gifts have in common
Right.
in the song? I mean, I'm probably articulating that a little bit. It was a rough articulation. So what do they have in common? Calling birds.
Yes.
In other words, on the fourth day of Christmas, calling birds, and then they get all those gifts, which would be 4, 3, 2, 1, which would be 10 gifts. So what do the 10 gifts all have in common?
All
Calling
calling bird.
birds.
See. So those are now. See, I would ask you crazy questions like this. Herbie, you have a black half circle at the bottom. Yes, I know because
Take
that's
it
my
down.
microphone, Charlie.
Microphone. There. I can match them.
Now, see, my crazy trivia is what is the only word in the English language that doesn't have any vowels?
No vowels. A-I-O-U. What?
Nth, NTH, to the highest degree is the definition. Only
Oh.
word in the English language. So for all you who play hangman with your grandchildren, nth. You'll win every time.
I gotta remember that. That'll be good. I do like smiles. That was good.
That was a good
All
word
right,
too.
back on. We're close. We got to close this up. So, in other
Well,
words,
just a few things here too is I know
you liked my Seth. How did we say that? Come up with Sus, the CCES.
yes, we talked about that. So that is again, remember CES, connected, challenge, encourage, and supportive.
Oh yeah, that's
And
cute.
remember, being part of a brotherhood or a part of a family, it's not accidental, it's intentional. So if you're listening tonight and you don't have that yet, start building it. It might be through the Kringle Brothers and Kringle Time. It could be through your own local or regional associations. It might make a small circle. And a good example, Michael, is our Santa Squad people.
Oh, I know. I love Bubba. That was Bubba, and let's see who else in part of
Bubba,
it. Bubba
Alan,
and
Terry.
Harry. Yeah,
I
that was
mean,
cool. And their wives too. That's awesome.
here's a small group of like-minded Christmas performers who not only came together but created backstories and action figures and books and pictures and all kinds of wonderful things. So again, you never know what it could take, and you never know like-minded people. But a few special things before we go, as we close out here is Michael and I will be going to with my lovely wife Stacy. We'll be going to Santa Day at Castle Noel in Medina, Ohio on May 16th.
Noel.
Noel.
All right, sorry, you just break me into
We
song.
also have here locally in Michigan, we have our annual Jingle Joy Retreat up in Clare, Michigan at the Reindeer Farm. It's a great opportunity. Bob McMasters will be joining us and taking us through a 2-day lecture. In addition, we
And
will have the
and if you're
awesome.
interested in that, the reindeer farm is so great, and there's not very many spots left. So please, if you've been thinking about that, please, yeah, contact us. We'll send you the link or whatever. I mean, it's posted on the map site. I mean, I've even posted it once on our site.
Right.
I mean, the Facebook page, I should say it that way. And but yeah, please sign up. That would be a great gig.
And at the same time, too, though, is if you are coming up on Saturday for basically Family Day at the Santa Family Day at the Reindeer Farm, you'll have the wonderful, creative, artistic, awesome master photographer Steffi Boys, who will be available for taking pictures. So if you want to come up and bring your suits and get with Steffi, you can get yourself some really good headshots and stuff.
And Joe Granda is helping if you want. I forget the exact price of it.
I think you said
But he's
$20.
doing this reindeer puzzle that you put together like on a stand. It's really cool looking, And so he'll bring all the pieces and help you put it together. And yeah, that's also an add-on that would be really fun to do.
And Charlie just gave us the update at the Reindeer Farm. 5 new baby reindeers.
I know. I can't wait to meet him.
So, but and not only that is, there's some wonderful events that are coming up throughout the year itself too. I believe the Wondrous Women of Christmas is actually having their conference in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I believe another one in Colorado. We have School of Santas
And Tom said something. I've got to go back through the notes. He made a comment. I should post that.
oh yeah, for the event for the New England Santas.
All right, keep talking. I'm scrolling through trying to find it. I'm looking for it.
But we also have basically Branson Spangle School, something too to actually consider. There we go. Yep, May 8th through the 10th at the Doubletree Hilton Northeast Santas. I do a designer bearded class and a ZM hair booth. And I'll be honest with you, gentlemen, and even some of you ladies out there who are thinking about maybe donning the red suit as Santa, is if you're a real bearded Santa, this is just kind of like squirreling point here is if you're a really bearded Santa, you should really actually take an opportunity to talk to the likes of, say, Tom Sheeran or some other wonderful designer bearded Santas, because we live in an age with different pills and illnesses and things that can actually do damage to your hair. And it was always good to have that in your back pocket in case that you actually have an incident and you wouldn't be able to perform.
Well, I would say put the beard on your face and not your pocket.
Well, but yeah, unless you want to have
the back
Santa
pocket, having a beard.
But then again, you can have Santa in your pocket. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's
All right,
okay.
very good.
Anyway, but we want to give a special thank you to the TNL Production Network, Bob, Scott, Spangle, and Angela, and to our TNL Network family.
It's talking about our family. If you're a crafter, if you like to do crafts, and you make things, which I like to make things, and if you do that at all, Santa Mel needs your help. So if you would go out to the Santa Mel Ricard and just text her on her Facebook and say, hey, tell me about the crafters and what you need with help. And so I know she wants to do some stuff on the show on Thursday with crafters. So I'm throwing that back out again. I posted that for her on our Facebook today. So if you're a crafter, please go to our Facebook page. You'll see the information on it. Santa Mel could use your help.
And also, let's give a special thank you to our wonderful contributors, Larry Talbert Insurance, Santa Roger Mint with Kringle Tracker, and of course, Santa's Closet, Wade and Scarlett. And a major thank you to our lovely brides, Linda and Stacy, who without your support, we couldn't do what we do.
Yes, and if things work out, knock on wood, we have something special for next week, and it's so special that I'm not going to tell you because it's not confirmed yet.
Right, but I think you'll simply enjoy. So again, remember to click and subscribe on YouTube. Let's bring those up again so you guys can all see it again.
And we would appreciate it. Usually, it's a little affirmation for us. So if you know someone, if you haven't followed, or subscribed on the YouTube, it just means a lot to us. And that way we also know that what we're doing and the content that we're making, it's worth it. So please, subscribe and like.
Now, before we sign off, I just want to
show the Jingle Joy.
Yep, there's Jingle Joy information. But before we sign off, as I made a point of saying this earlier, this next one that's coming up here is a link to the Kringle Brothers store. It's kringle-brothers.printify.me. You'll be able to go in and see some of the items that we do have that you can purchase. Well, 3 things.
Oh, we got 3 things now?
Oh, yeah, because I also put an embroidered polo shirt on there, too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I was because playing and having all kinds of fun. So we do have where the shirts will be very simple. We're better together. It's the Kringle Brothers. We're better together. You can get it in a variety of sizes and colors. You also have this wonderful shirt, Kringle Time, in either red, gray, white, and I think a shade of green. And so, yeah, if you're willing to go there, go have a good time, look around. If you want to make any suggestions or anything that you want us to talk about, or you have something that you'd like to actually think that would make a good idea for a show, again, email us at kringlebrothers2@gmail.com.
And just to let you know, the T-shirts that we're selling, we put those up there. There's a couple of things, it's because people ask for them, And the other thing is like the software we use for broadcasting, the things that we do, we pay for that out of our own pocket. You know what I mean? So we run our contributors as a thank you because we're better together and we want to help them, but we don't get any financial benefit from it. So the T-shirts, selling the T-shirts, and that's a little bit helping to cut the costs of things that we do to broadcast every week and what we pay for that. So I'm just trying to be upfront and honest. So that's all. So it's not a have to, but we appreciate it.
Oh, and yeah. Oh, that sounds great. So, okay, Michael, it's now for our closing tagline.
Wait, we'll close that. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So thanks everybody and all your help. So until we meet again, may all your days be jolly and your heart shine bright.
And may the magic of Christmas fill every aspect of your life.
And remember to be good for goodness sake.
Spread joy, share kindness to all you see.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Well,
And to all a good night.
may it happen every day. May Christmas always live in your heart. The
Now,
joy
Bill-
and the love and the sharing. Yeah. All right.
And remember to build your brotherhood, build your family, and you'll be so much better in the long run.
Right.
Remember, you're part of Michael and mine and part of the Kringle time and the Kringle Brothers family.
All right. Blessings, everybody.
Blessings.
Afterglow party.
Bubba wants to sell the wooden Kringle Brothers, Flat Michael and Flat Herbie.
That would be great. I would.
One day we should introduce our listeners and our viewers to Flat Herbie and Flat Michael.
That would be fun.
It's
in the garage. I got it right on the end.
I know, that's where mine's at too. Right next to the sleigh.
And so I get to see it every day. It makes me smile, right?
Oh my goodness. Well, that was a lot of fun. We had a good show. Now, do you have another dad joke from Sam?
No, I have tons of dad jokes from Sam. I could pull up another one.
I was
just thinking that this is the thing is that all right. Who was the best babysitter in the Bible?
Wow. Who was the best babysitter in the Bible? Give me a clue. Is it Old or New Testament?
Old.
Jonah.
No. Why would you say Jonah?
Because he liked to play with fish.
No, it was David.
Why David?
Because he rocked Goliath to sleep.
Oh my God.
That's almost like do you know what state in the United States is mentioned in the Bible?
What? Oh, you told me this before.
Noah looked out his Arkansas. All right. That's enough of that. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate
Good night,
you.
everybody.
All right, keep growing and loving. Bless.